Well, from the internationally certified fitness trainer using scientific training principles to transform the overall development of his members, to Assam's first lab-tested, fully natural farm giving Guwahatians their first ready-to-eat salad boxes, and to the first Zumba fitness instructor from Meghalaya leading the pack to popularize Zumba workout one move at a time. Well, ladies and gents, hello and welcome to yet another edition of Showtime. I'm Lyngdoh. Well, this week, my quest for healthy living took me to Matrix, a premium gym located here in Guwahati. Now, Matrix was founded by the internationally certified fitness trainer who provides personal training services at his gym and specializes in physique transformations. Well, I caught up with the founder for a quick chat to find out the traits of what makes his gymnasium tick. Say hello to RK. RK, first of all, welcome to Showtime.
Thank you.
My first question to you before we move any further, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I was born in Guwahati, and at the age of 9, I moved to a boarding school in Shillong, so Assam Rifles Public School. I hope you know about it. And after my father expired, I had to come back, and I completed my schooling from DPS Guwahati again. And after my graduation, I did multiple certifications on this field, and now I have a master's degree in fitness.
And when did you decide to start the gym, RK?
When guys of my age started working out, I was already a certified trainer. At the age of 21, I started training clients in my home. And then I moved to commercial gyms. And within a couple of years, I just realized that I'll be needing my own setup to execute my vision. And that is how I started the gym.
Okay, so why the name Matrix in particular?
The cultural, political or social environment where anything develops is called matrix. That's the basic definition, as you know.
Okay.
So I wanted to develop an atmosphere where people work out with a scientific approach.
Okay.
So that is how the name came up.
All right, so what kind of services does Matrix provide?
So like any other gyms, we do provide personal training, nutritional counseling. And apart from that, we do provide rehabilitation training programs.
Okay.
Post-surgeries and people who suffer from any kind of sports injuries.
So how do you assess new clients when they come into you and obviously with time track their progress as well?
Like all the top gyms globally, we use the in-body machine. And body composition test is the first thing we do when a client joins the gym. And every month we repeat the same to track the progress of the client.
So now give us an idea a little bit about your clients' needs and especially the ones training under you.
Most of the clients that I've been training now is for fat loss.
Okay.
And I have one client from USA who is training for recovery post-COVID. And I have another client, online, I'm training him online from London.
So you also have a blog and you've written something on burning calories versus losing fat. Well, I know what it is because I've read it. So tell us a little bit about that and explain it for the benefit of our viewers.
Okay, so burning calories and losing fat are two different things. And nowadays you see people walking around with like fitness bands and smartwatches everywhere. So I think there's no point monitoring the calories that you're burning if you do not know how much you're consuming. So it's better to know what you eat than to track what you burn. And mostly the calories that we are burning throughout the day are from sugar calories, the ones which we call glycogen. So I think if you do not know what you eat, so I think there's no point. And throughout the day, we burn calories while eating, sleeping, and doing all sorts of activities, but that doesn't mean that we are losing fat. You can burn a whole lot of calories throughout the day without even losing a single gram of fat. That's what.
So Matrix, the first English fitness magazine in the Northeast, how did the idea come about?
So I was an avid reader of fitness magazines, and during school days, fitness magazines were only source for information for us. And there were no YouTube, Google, so the magazines were the only source. So I always wanted my picture on the cover of a magazine.
Okay.
And the men's health, they used to provide this. They had an email address where they used to write, if you want to feature as the cover model, you can send your pictures. And back then I didn't have that physique.
Okay.
So by the time I had one, there were no more magazines. So the digital platforms took over in no time. So there's always something in my heart that I wanted to do, but I tried many times, but I failed again. So it was during the first lockdown. I got a lot of time, and that is when I just framed the base of the magazine. And once the things, the post-COVID, once things were normal, my plan was in action then. And I would like to thank all my sponsors for the tremendous support throughout.
So, dwelling on training, tell us a little bit about your personal training style.
My emphasis is more on educating the client. More than training, it's about changing the lifestyle. And I only train clients who are specific about their goals. Okay. There are a couple of clients whom I've been training for a long time now, but usually I don't like to train anyone more than 3 months.
Okay. And why is that so?
I always want to experience something new, and I think I get bored, to be very honest. So I want the client to learn the time that they're training under me and continue that throughout their life. It's like more about changing a lifestyle, I guess, rather than just implementing your principles on the client.
So some of the commonly believed fitness myths that people by now should let go.
Okay. So first of all, the most common questions that I get when members during enrollment, that how do I reduce my belly fat? So I'd like to tell you that there is no exercise that will make you lose or help you lose the belly fat. Spot reduction is scientifically not possible. You have to target the overall fat of your body if you want to reduce the size of your tummy.
All right.
That's one. The next thing is walking. Walking is not an exercise. I say this on record. I have written a blog about it. Walking is not an exercise. It's a body function. Walking should only be used from moving from one place to another.
Okay.
That you cannot consider it as an exercise. If you want to work out, you have to do something more than that. And I have seen like people telling me I'm walking 15,000 steps a day, 20,000 steps a day. If you're doing more than what's required, I think you are putting your knees in danger. And one more thing I'd like to add, that people they ask me, will I gain fat? Will I gain fat again if I stop coming to the gym? The answer is, I answer this question in my style. I ask them, you have been eating food from the day you were born. Will you be hungry if I don't give you food for 2 days? I think the answer is there.
So being a professional at what you do, tell us a little bit about your personal experience in terms of how exercise and being consistent at it has helped you.
I have been training since school days. Growing up without a father was challenging, but physical exercise has kept me mentally focused on my goals. I have never taken a day off because of health issues from work, and I don't even remember the last time when I was sick. I think a good physique will add to your confidence, and a healthy person can never look bad.
So, I went through your website, rkofficial.in, and there was a message from the ex-chief minister of the state. What was that all about? So, during school days only I decided that I want to become a trainer, but back then no one took it seriously. I remember one friend telling me that you are studying in a school like DPS and you want to become a trainer. You're going to lift weights for people. So that is when I told him that a day will come when the chief minister of the state will just acknowledge me for my efforts. I think last year I was fortunate enough that he sent me the message. All right, and that brings me to my last question. Why would you suggest people to go hit the gym?
A footballer may go to the gym to improve his power. A swimmer may go to the gym to increase his endurance. A college kid might go to the gym to build some muscles. So the gym, what I would like to tell you is that the gym is the only place which covers all the aspects of fitness. So irrespective of what physical activity you do, I think everyone must hit the gym.
Well, RK, first of all, thank you so much for having us. Very insightful conversation. Thank you once again.
So I'd like to add one more thing. So last year, me and my relative, we visited a family and they asked him that what I was doing. So he just said, basically he's doing nothing. He just runs a gym. So still there are people who do not take our profession seriously. They do not think that training is a serious profession. So I would like to thank you and your channel for promoting people like us and letting me share my views. Thank you so much.
Once again, thank you so much.
Well, you know, I thought I'd only look good next to gym equipments and not on them. But apparently now that has changed. And all thanks to RK. We will take a very short break here. We will return with the engineer turned farmer who believes in the production system that's healthy and sustainable. Stay right there. Well, welcome back, viewers. My next guest is the founder of Down to Earth. It's Assam's first lab-tested, fully natural farm. Now, he started the city's first ready-to-eat salad boxes. I had the privilege to visit the farm in MRIGAANK, where the man himself grows more than 40+ local and exotic veggies and fruits, along with rice and wild honey throughout the year. Let me take you there. MRIGAANK, first of all, welcome to Showtime.
Hi.
Tell me a little bit about you and your educational background.
Okay. I'm from Guwahati, born and raised, and studying here my entire school life, studied here. And after that I did my engineering from Manipal University in South. After which I found a job to work in the United States for around 2 to 3 years, where I was working with renewable energy as an electrical engineer. And there we were producing electricity, sending it out to people, working with high voltages. That experience was very nice. Very different to what we're doing here now, but it's a very different phase of my life that I really like to thrive on.
You came back in 2019, like you said.
Yeah.
So how did Down to Earth come about?
I mean, I had no plans of getting into this actually. in our generation, we're not really focused towards food, or we're not really focused towards how our food comes or what that effect has on us. But that was basically a result of an observation where I kept on seeing or hearing about people having illnesses in their own family, right?
Yes.
Everyone you meet now has someone or the other in their own family who's suffering from diabetes, high pressure, heart attacks, stuff like that. Cancer is so common nowadays, right? And basically the reason for all of that, after doing a lot of research, was because of the food and the lifestyle that we're leading.
Exactly, yeah.
And how that food grows really affects what's being put into the soil. That's affecting the environment.
Yes.
That's affecting us at the end, right? And so that's what basically led to me realizing that, okay, you know, something needs to be done about this, where someone needs to take the lead to make this change of getting into natural eating, bringing in good food to the people. That's the whole goal with this, to bring good food to people. That's the entire goal.
Well, fair enough. And I remember speaking to you offline, and you said that there's no background, there's no experience in the agricultural field. So where did you go and seek help before you took this leap?
Lot of places, lot of places.
Like?
First, I mean, obviously you keep, in our state, in Assam, there's a few villages where predominantly farming happens.
Okay.
There's villages like Borpeta, there's villages like Kharupetia, there's Nolbari,
Okay.
there's Nohgaon, right? There's a few villages, 4 or 5, where a lot of farming happens on a large scale. And all the produce comes mostly to cities like Guwahati, or it goes to Meghalaya sometimes, right? The only problem is, once I went there, I actually thought that, you know, there must be people who must be growing stuff like this naturally in the city.
Yes,
you know, there must be people who must be growing stuff like this. And you know, maybe it's just not in a large quantity enough that it can actually come to the city and be sold to so many people. And that's why it's not actually brought here. But you know, there must be someone who's growing this. So once I went there, I started speaking to all these farmers who are working, right? Who have so much experience with working in the soil for so many years.
Yeah.
But once I spoke to them about, you know, eating right or eating natural or growing things naturally, they're like, no, my friend, no, this is not practical. You know, it's just for the books. You can read about it. It's good to know about it, but you know, you can't do this practically.
Okay.
There's so many problems that will come about. There's so much cost that goes into this, that you know, it won't be possible for you to sustain something like this for a long period of time. So they held their hands up. The second set of people that I approached was basically the government.
Okay.
Where you keep hearing where the government is being so pro about agriculture nowadays. They're really pushing each other, pushing the country, you know, towards getting into agriculture.
Yeah.
They're bringing so many facilities and all. It's like, fine, good idea, you know. Let's go to the government.
Okay.
Let's see
what happened there.
Let's see what they can do. And I don't know what's happening in other states, but in our state there wasn't really too much that they could offer, because they were like, we don't know too much about this. If you find out something about this, do let us know.
All right.
So they had nothing to do, you know. I thought that they'll maybe connect me to some people who are actually working with this in this field already.
But that did not happen.
No, because they were like, there's no one who's working. There must be, I'm sure there must be someone, but we just haven't connected till now. So that's why when I had decided that, you know, I want to get into this field where we have to give good food to people, and there was no one that I could find who's doing this.
Okay.
Eventually the decision came about that, you know, I have to do this myself. So that's when the whole, okay, let's build a farm, let's grow our own food, let's then send it to people, let's get their feedback and everything. That's how Down to Earth came about.
All right. Gang, that brings me to my next question. See, organic items like this can be very expensive. So how do you see customers dealing with something like that?
As in the price?
Yes.
I mean, there's a lot of things that are involved in this. Obviously, when you're first looking for quality products, right, you go to a 5-star hotel, right? Obviously, this is not a 5-star hotel, but when you look for quality, you pay a little higher for the quality that you're receiving, right? Here, you're either paying the farmer, you're either paying for the good food that you're getting beforehand, or at the end of the day, after 5 years, when your health goes bad, when you start suffering because of diseases, you pay the doctor. You have to pay one person or the other, because the person will suffer because of bad food habits.
Makes sense.
Or the person will get treated because of having the bad diseases, right? So somewhere or the other, the person has to pay to keep themselves healthy. You either eat good food and stay healthy, or you eat bad food pay the doctor, and then get treated. So you have to pay for good food. We try our best to, you know, make sure that's available as much as possible at the most reasonable price to people. People, once they start buying, I guess people are very, I guess scared is the word, to get into it when they see a price. Oh,
exactly. Because we're used to the comfort zone, and what we do every day.
Right, right. Because they're like, in the market, you know, you're getting it for 40 rupees. Why are you guys charging 70 or 80?
Exactly,
right?
yeah.
But once they eat it, they themselves realize, you know, this was something very different to what I've been eating all these years. So that once they try it, they actually sense themselves, and that's when I don't actually need to teach them, educate them, or, you know, try to convince them to buy it. They themselves, they're like, no, 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 we realize that this is something different. We felt it. Okay, we'll definitely, you know, keep coming back to this.
MRIGAANK, you travel back and forth every day, Guwahati and the farm. So what does a normal day at the farm look like?
Mornings are early, early mornings.
How early are we talking about?
5, 6 leave from home, right?
Okay.
6, 6:30. Whatever you can grab to eat on the way you're eating, and you know, traveling, and a lot of fun though. Because it's very different from, you know, the traditional sedentary lifestyle that people are very obviously leading.
Yeah.
But things are different every day. No day at the farm is ever the same. Like today here, right now we're working with salad leaves. So we make salad boxes, right? Where we're growing different kinds of salad greens. Now, if you've noticed, currently the weather sort of started changing again. From winters, we've gotten now into very hot and humid days in the noon time, right? So we planted all these salad leaves in this batch for our next harvest. So we're already harvesting salad leaves from an old patch. This is the new patch that we were sort of starting to build. But what sort of realized was that we weren't expecting the sun to be so hot so early.
Yeah.
We thought that we had at least a month or so in hand until you know, heat properly sets in. So that's what we're doing is, apart from, you know, so as I had mentioned earlier, we work with individual plant individually, right? Yeah. Every plant is being given its own nutrition, right? Right now we're using cow dung, and we're using ash along with it. So ash, what it usually does is it has that bitterness to it. Ash, a burnt ash has a lot of bitterness to it, and because of that, it really helps to keep pests away.
From everything that you've learned and experienced, what has all of that helped you, you know, with what you're currently doing here at the farm?
As in, like earlier
your education and the experiences at work, etc. How has that helped you with your current role?
It helps with hard work, I guess. I guess that's the most essential part of it.
Yeah.
Working, living in the US, making your own food, washing your own utensils, cleaning your own clothes, going to work, coming back, you know, doing that whole thing. It sort of makes you responsible for yourself, you know.
Exactly, yeah.
It makes you realize that, you know, you need to be independent for yourself, and that's how you can, you know, keep running in the long term.
Very true,
right?
very true.
That, I guess, that's the most important thing that really working outside the city, living outside the city really taught me. Where I could take control of anything that's around me instead of just living at home. When you live outside, you get to experience so much more, right?
So much, yeah.
And there's a lot of bad that you can take from that as well. There's never going to be only good, but it's important that what I got from it was basically that you need to learn how to work hard for yourself. That's the only way you can make others work for you. That's the only way you can bring about a change or anything like that.
Yeah. So MRIGAANK, apart from all the exotic produce that comes out of this farm, are there any other activities happening simultaneously?
Yeah, there's loads of activities happening. I guess the first thing that we recently started with is actually organizing farm visits.
Okay.
Where I used to get a lot of requests from people when they said they actually wanted to see the farm, you know, they wanted to see what's going on behind. They wanted to actually sometimes come and just enjoy the view. Some people actually want to come and work with us. They're like, you know, actually I want to work with the plants. People are very different nowadays. Some people actually just want to come, sit and do nothing. Some people, because we also have food at the farm, right? So we cook food from whatever's growing at the farm. We grow corn. In the winter we were growing mustard leaves, right? So that's a very common farmer's food in the north, which is called makki ki roti and sarson ka saag.
Yes, exactly.
So from the corn that we were growing and from the mustard leaves that we were growing, we made that meal, and to everyone that's coming at the farm, we had one meal for everyone. Eat as much as you want, right? So people are enjoying that meal a lot, and so that used to happen. And we give them tours of the farm as well. And apart from that, sometimes they also wanted to stay at the farm. Because they're like, we're loving the view, we're loving how peaceful it is, right? They interact a lot with animals. They love interacting with my cow, with my
So
dog.
have you started that as well?
Yeah, we started that very recently.
Okay.
But there's a little more time it will take to develop that.
So it's been a year since you've started. How has the experience been so far?
Very challenging, very challenging.
Okay.
Since it's such a new field, not just to me but to the residents of our city as well, right? To Guwahati, people of Guwahati as well. You have to sort of speak about this with everyone you meet, right?
True.
Everyone's very curious about what I'm doing as well, because like who's this mad kid who's left job in the United States and working here in
How
the
do you
village.
respond to something like that?
There's nothing to say, but they're very curious to see. That's why. So that's probably the reason why I didn't decide myself for farm visits. People actually made me that you have to do this. You don't have an option. It's challenging because I get to face problems with every field, right from collecting the nutritional cow dung, from learning how to grow it, from actually doing the hard labor myself in the sun or in the rain of harvesting, growing, working with cow dung, breaking the soil or watering the plants or anything that might be. Planning it out, because obviously the people who work with me, they don't know how to plan this stuff, right? I have to plan ahead what work needs to be done tomorrow, what works need to be done 2 months from now, how that work needs to be done, what challenges we'll face while doing that work. So all that I need to plan out.
And my last question to you, your produce is sold directly to customers.
Right.
Do you intend to expand it further?
Oh yeah, for sure. Deliveries aren't easy. Because initially when we first started, since I was the one who started all this alone, I was doing the deliveries myself.
Okay.
So the day would involve, waking up early, coming to the farm, working the entire day. In the afternoon, harvesting the vegetables or the honey or whatever we are growing. Harvest everything, package it up alone myself, take it back to the city, and then deliver it individually to every single household. So that used to go on till 10 p.m. every night, right? And after that, come back home. So deliveries managing is not easy when you're growing it ourselves as well.
Okay.
So what we've now started is to reach out to people at one point together. We started selling it in different stores throughout the city.
Okay.
So we're starting selling our vegetables at the multiple stores at different areas. So there's one store in Narayan Nagar, there's one store in Zoo Road, there's one store in Adabari.
Well, MRIGAANK, thank you so much for your time. I wish you the best of luck with Down to Earth, and thank you for having us.
Thanks
Thank you.
a lot.
Thank you.
Well, I honestly had a great time at the farm, and it's just so rewarding to know where your food comes from, and more importantly, the amount of hard work, effort and love that goes into giving us mere mortals the best of the best. Well, MRIGAANK Shah, thanks for the invite. Let's take another quick break here. Coming up next is the woman behind a workout which infuses dance and fitness that's caught the fancy of many. Don't go far. Now, welcome back, viewers. My next guest is the first Zumba fitness instructor from Meghalaya. She's the owner and founder of Lena Dance and Fitness Academy. Well, she's featured in MTV Colors of Youth, VH1, and several music videos. Please welcome DAPALEI WARJRI. And you are the first Zumba fitness instructor from Meghalaya. When did all that begin?
So in 2017, when I was working at Pinewood Hotel Gym in Shillong as a diet counselor, when people saw me at the gym, they thought I was there to teach some dance fitness, since everyone know me as a dancer. So they went straight to the manager, who then came forward to me and asked if I could help any dance fitness session or Zumba. So that was the first time when I'm hearing this word Zumba. I went home, did my research about Zumba, and with the help of few friends from Bangalore, I went and pursued it. I went for my first training in Mumbai and also in other states as well. But it won't have been possible for me to continue, as a fitness instructor, as a Zumba instructor, to pursue my career if it was not because of my dad. So my dad has been my support system, and my sister. So he have been so supportive, and with his help, I took the risk and start Zumba in Meghalaya, and the rest is history.
For the benefit of our viewers, what is Zumba and how different is it from, dance?
There's a myth about Zumba that Zumba is a dance form. So I keep on telling my clients that Zumba is not a dance form. Zumba is a dance fitness program which is inspired by the global culture of music and dance from across 190 countries, which includes India as well, which give you a total body workout. So where else can you travel around the world burning hundreds of calories and fats and being at your happiest self?
All right, and you are the owner and founder of Lena Dance and Fitness Academy. So what does Lena stands for? And give us an insight into the type of classes and training which, the academy undertakes.
I choose the word Lena for my academy. It's because it has a special attachment to it. The word Lena comes from the last name of my late parents, my beloved father and my mother. Whatever I am today, it's all because of them. I wanted their names to be carried out in everything and anything that I do. So when I got my professional certificates, I wanted to start an academy in Shillong. The reason for that is because I wanted to impact on people's life and give them the strength and willpower to go for a healthier and fitter life. I've always wanted to contribute something or the other to the society. Not only that, I've always wanted people to feel confident about themselves, whether physically, mentally, or emotionally. So when I started, that's the reason Lena Dance and Fitness Academy gives different classes, different sessions for different age group. There are dance classes for the kids from the age group of 3 years and above. Then there are fitness sessions, which includes Zumba, Zumba toning, Strong by Zumba, yoga, Pilates, and wedding choreography.
And just out of curiosity, do Zumba classes call for any specialized equipment as such?
Zumba has different specialties. So the type of specialties that I was trained and which I went for my, went to get trained and get certified is Zumba toning. So in Zumba toning, you do need few equipments like dumbbells from 780 grams to 2 kg. So different specialities in Zumba do require different equipments. For example, Zumba Centaur. So they do need a chair while doing the workout. So yes, so Zumba has different specialties with different equipments.
Well, is the exercise then for everyone?
Thank God you asked that question. So, there's a misconception that Zumba is only for women. Actually, that is not right. That is totally wrong. Zumba is for everybody and everybody. I'll do it as open for all fitness levels, but it is taught keeping in mind for the beginners who are entering into the fitness world. But yes, few clients who have medical conditions or who have health issues do need, to take the advice. It is advisable to take the doctor's opinion before joining the classes.
How has people response been so far?
At first, I got a mixed response. Yes, the number was very less, but gradually people are more comfortable with Zumba, and knowing about the health benefits and how it has helped them. So I can people are responding to it very well. It is understandable that if you bring something new to the society, it is hard for the society to just accept it, just like that. So it is the duty of us instructor to make sure that these classes, to make sure to the clients that these classes are safe for them. It will help them, like, regarding their health, physically, mentally. So yeah.
Well, that's very positive. And what are some of the top health benefits of Zumba?
Zumba has so many health benefits. In my 5 years journey as a Zumba instructor, what I've experienced is different people benefits from it different ways. But yes, there are benefits like you burn around 500 to 800 kilocalories and 10% of fats in that 1 hour session. But it also depends on the client, how much he or she, they are giving their efforts on these classes. So it also helps in flexibility, agility. It also helps in building muscle mass and strength. It also helps in increasing your stamina and increase energy levels. And the most important thing, as we, like in today's generation, we can see that many youngsters as well as adults are going through a lot of stress, anxiety, and depression. So Zumba does help in reducing stress, anxiety, and depression. It also helps in improves in cardiopulmonary health, and also helps in prevention of disease like diabetes, bone-related ailments. And the interesting benefit is it delayed in natural aging.
Now, with a lot of things going digital and, more people opting for online classes, do you see the concept of going to a physical space slowly dwindling?
It is understandable why people opt for online classes. They get to be at home, and with our dilemma in traffic jams, so they get to attend, when they are at home, they get to attend the classes on time. And yes, with the pandemic that is going on, so more people, they opt for, online classes than offline classes. But it also has its own disadvantages. One being is that I cannot attend them physically if they are doing some wrong postures or some wrong movements. And also, yes, if like there's a network problem, a glitch here and then, so yes, it makes the offline class, it makes the online classes difficult. And that vibe, that energy that you're getting from the offline classes, it's more fun comparing to the online classes.
Now, do you see this kind of workout format gaining momentum in the future, and why?
Yes, absolutely. People are more fun and comfortable with Zumba fitness. When I first started my Zumba classes in Shillong, I had only 2 clients for almost 6 to 8 months. I was really struggling a lot. But then those 2 clients tell their other friends to come and join. So when they joined, they came to know about the health benefits and how it has helped them. So they so it's just like passing from one person to the other. So, and that's how they joined my classes. So from training to 2 clients, and now training, just giving classes, giving sessions to thousands of people in Meghalaya. Yes, I can see it growing, and I'm really happy about it.
And how has Zumba helped you?
How has Zumba helped me? Zumba has helped me in so many ways. It has helped me physically, mentally, emotionally, as well as financially. So I don't need to go in details regarding the financial thing, So when I first started my first training in Mumbai, so I was under Suchita Pal. So Suchita Pal is the brand ambassador and the lead sis of Zumba brand in India. So she's a celebrity. So when I got a mail from her that I have to attend her training in Mumbai, at first, there's that thing in mind that she's a celebrity. Oh my God, like she will have these attitude, like the celebrity attitude or ego. But to my surprise, she was not like that. She was totally the opposite. She came, I still remember her smile when she came inside the room. She was just smiling, and she was so humble, so kind. And the best part about her is she taught us not only to be good Zumba instructor, she taught us to be a good human being as well. So I can say that Zumba has helped me to be a better person. Before my Zumba journey, I'm that type of person who who have anger issues, who get angry at little things, who is frustrated with little things, and who have that sometimes who have that negative vibe about myself or about the others. But throughout my journey, I've learned how to be more calm, have patience, and understand people more. So I do understand that someone is going through something that no one knows about. So it has helped me to be a better person, as well as mentally and emotionally. I was going through a tough time for the past 3 years. 3 years back, when I came to know that my dad was suffering from cancer, I was broken down. He passed away last year, 2021. So when my dad passed away, I just feel like my world has turned upside down. I just didn't know what to do. I was just sitting at home for the past 1 month. I didn't even step out of the house. I was feeling so low, and I was suffering from depression and anxiety. So I did took help from a few counselors. And yes, I was prescribed a few medicines, but I was like, I still have that strong will, that strong willpower that no, I should not depend on medicines. So thankfully, there's one person who advised me to get back to my work, to get back to come back and get back to my work and teach the classes. It was quite difficult for me because I started my Zumba journey with my father by my side. So when he was not there, I didn't know how to start. I don't know how to get back. I don't know how to pick myself again. I have a younger sister, so she is my strength. So looking at her, I know that I have to be strong for her. So I went back and I started my classes again. Yes, it was really, really very tough. Only God knows how I was going through those times. And there were times when I went for my classes, that before giving the sessions, I used to sit in the bathroom. I used to cry my heart out and then go and then take classes. People say that I motivate them, but actually, whenever I attend these classes, looking at my clients, looking at the small little kids whom I am teaching, they motivate me. They give me the strength. Even they are going through something or the other, but they are still fighting. So yes, and all these things happen. It's just because of Zumba. So yes, Zumba has really helped me in so many ways. And there are so many things that happen in life that Zumba has helped me, which I cannot, I cannot express everything.
Now, this is the first time I've been so captivated in all the episodes so far. DAPALEI, thank you for sharing your story with us. More power to you. And I can't say that I've tried Zumba before, but I see promising reasons to definitely try it. For now, DAPALEI, once again, thank you. Well, the discourse on health and fitness is not going to dwindle anytime soon. And I couldn't agree more with the adage that says, he who has health has hope, and he who has hope has everything. Well, thank you to all my guests to inspire well-being. This is Showtime. I'm Lyngdoh. I shall see you next week. Until then, goodbye.